Hello friends, are you looking for a new opportunity as a Scrum Master but struggling to impress your interviewer? Are you tired of not getting the job you want as a Scrum Master? Friends, look no further. Today I am going to reveal the secret to impress your interviewer and landing your dream job. With all 5 points, I will give you sample examples which you can use in your interviews which will stand you out from your competition. Friends, before we start, if you are new to our channel, please do subscribe for quality content on Agile Scrum and hit that like button if you find value at the end of the session. Friends, don't forget to share this video with your other friends, your colleagues and on LinkedIn who are also looking for new opportunity in the Agile world. Let's grow together and make a difference in this particular Agile world. Friends, welcome to our YouTube channel Careers Talk. My name is Sunan Sharma. I'm an agile consultant based in Netherlands. So without further delay, let's get started. The very first point is come prepared with examples of how you have successfully managed a Scrum team in the past. Share some specific details about the different challenges, issues which you have faced and how you overcome those challenges. That's most important. So for example, I'll give you a sample answer. In my previous role as a Scrum Master, I was leading a team of 12 developers working on a complex web application project. The project was a major undertaking and the team was facing a lot of challenges. The team was struggling with poor communication, lack of motivation, and high turnover rate. I felt a deep sense of empathy for the team and knew that something had to change. So what you have done? So I introduced a set of new team building activities and implemented a reward system for team members who went above and beyond. I also set up regular one-to-one meeting with each team member to understand their needs, their concerns and address them. I also encourage a culture of trust and transparency by promoting open communication and encouraging team members to share their ideas and concerns. As a result of these changes, the team's morale improved significantly and we were able to complete the project on time and with a 40% increase in user satisfaction compared to the previous web application. The turnover rate reduced from 30% to 15% in next 6 months after my joining. I felt a great sense of satisfaction in knowing that I had helped to create a positive and a productive team environment that led to the success of the project. Second sample answer. In my previous company, when I joined as a Scrum Master, I found a team of 10 developers and 2 designers on a project to build a new mobile app. Now, one of the main challenge we have faced was a poor communication between the development team and the design team. So to address this, I started holding regular meetings between the development team and the design team to discuss project progress, potential issues, and upcoming tasks. Now these meetings can help to align the team goals and promote collaboration between them. The second thing which I have done, I have come up with something called a common vocabulary dictionary or a document. So the challenge is the development and the design teams have different terminology and jargons. To ensure that the effective communication, it's very important to establish a common vocabulary and ensure that everyone understand each other. So we documented different terms, definitions, SLAs. The third thing which I have done as a Scrum Master to come up with visual aids. So the designers and the developers have different ways of visualizing the app's functionality and design. So we started use of wireframes, prototypes, and other visual aids to ensure that everyone has a clear understanding of the app's design and the functionality. As a result, the project was completed on time and the app was launched with a 4.8 star rating on App Store. So this is a very important point which most of the time people forget. Let's move on to the next point. Yes, friends, most freshers, even some experienced Scrum Master do this mistake. They are not ready or prepared with agile principles and values. In the interview, you have to show your understanding of Agile principles and about Scrum framework. So you should be able to explain how you have applied these principles in your past experiences. Most of the product-based companies, Deloitte, most of the product-based as well as consultancy companies, right? They heavily rely on this thing. So you have to be very strong in this aspect. So I'll give you some sample answers. So for example, in my previous role as a Scrum Master, I was leading a team of 9 developers working on a complex software project for a healthcare organization. The project was critical for the organization as it would help in automating the patient medical records and improve the overall efficiency of the healthcare system. But the project was facing several challenges such as lack of clear priorities, poor communication, and lack of team bonding. I knew that this project was not just about delivering a software, but it was about improving the lives of people, and I was determined to make it happen. I implemented Agile principles and Scrum framework to address these issues. I believed in working software over comprehensive documentation. So I made sure that the team is focusing on delivering working software as much as possible. So we only documented the necessary things which help us to deliver the project within 8 months, which was 2 months ahead of schedule. Second, I also believed in customer collaboration over contract negotiation. So I made sure that the team is collaborating with the customer as much as possible. So we work closely with the healthcare organization to understand their needs and deliver a software that meets their expectations. So the project received positive feedback from the healthcare organization, and we are able to automate the medical records of more than 10,000 patients. Lastly, I believed in responding to change over following a plan. So we are open to change and always ready to adapt to the changing requirements. The project also resulted in an improvement of 30% in overall efficiency of the healthcare system. So this is a sample answer which you can also use, modify, and you can come up with your own version of the answer. Okay, so let's move on to the next point. Yes, very important point which most of the people missed. Share your passion for Agile and Scrum whenever you are into interviews. So show them that you are not just there for job, but you are actually interested in the Agile, Scrum, and how you can do that. So share some your past experience, your stories, that how you have landed into this particular role. So for example, I first discovered my passion for Agile and Scrum while I was working as a project manager for a software development company, and I noticed that overall our traditional waterfall approach was resulting in missed deadlines and unhappy clients. So I began researching agile methodologies and implemented Scrum within our team. The result was surprising. We are able to deliver project on time and within budget, which results in 30% increase in customer satisfaction and a 40% decrease in project overruns. So from that moment, I know that the Agile and Scrum were my calling. And I have dedicated my career to mastering these methodologies and helping others to achieve the same success. That could be the one sample answer of the story. So something like that, you have to come up with your own experiences that how you come up into this role as a Scrum Master. Second example I can give that. Okay, so I have working as a Scrum Master for the past 5 years, and I have seen firsthand the positive impact that the Agile and the Scrum can have on a team. So I have led teams that were struggling to deliver the project on time and within budget, and help them to implement Scrum principles that will result in a 45 increase in the productivity and a 50% decrease in a project overrun. So I am passionate about Agile and Scrum, and I constantly seeking to improve my skills and knowledge. I have been mentoring other Scrum Masters to help them achieve the same success with other teams. So like this, create your own stories, come up with your own set of stories, and show your passion. That's very important. Let's move on to the next point. Yes, Scrum Master is all about leadership. So demonstrate your leadership skills and the ability to work with the cross-functional teams. So share some examples of how you have managed different conflicts and promote a positive team culture. So for example, you can say something like that in my previous role as a Scrum Master, I was leading a team of 12 members who were working on a project that were very close to my heart. The team was facing issues with lack of motivation and poor communication. I knew that this project was not just about delivering on time, but it was about delivering something that could make a real difference in people's life. So motivating a team can be a challenging task, but there are several steps which I have taken as a Scrum Master to help improve motivation and communication within my team. For example, and now you narrate your story, your experiences. So for example, clarify the team purpose. So as a Scrum Master, I ensure that the team understand the purpose of the project, the impact it will have on the people's life. So I help them to see the bigger picture and how their work contribute to it. That's the very first thing which I have done. The second thing is setting the clear goals and expectations. So we have to make sure that everyone on the team understand what they need to achieve and what is expected of them. This will give them a sense of direction and purpose. Most of the time, new team members are lost. They have no idea like why they are working on that project, where they are heading towards, what is the bigger picture. They have no idea. So you have to make them understand this. The third important thing is, which I also see missed a lot of time, we are so focused on our delivering that we forget to celebrate our success. So celebrate the team success, no matter how small. So this will help to build momentum and keep motivation level high. So this is a third thing which I have done as a Scrum Master. So like that you can improvise your answer. Next thing, provide opportunities for learning and development. So always sit with your team and understand that what new skills they want, what are the different opportunities which you as a Scrum Master or as a company we can provide them. So always encourage the team to learn new skills and provide opportunities for them to develop professionally. So this will help to keep them engaged and motivated. The next thing is address the issue promptly. So I'm not telling you to just jump immediately when there is some conflict, but this is something else. So when there is conflict is just going to hamper the work of the project. If there are any issues within the team like that, you have to address them promptly. So this will help to prevent them from becoming a bigger problems and affecting the motivation, the morale in the team. The next thing is recognize the individual achievements. So recognize individual achievements and contribution within the team. This will help to build self-esteem and motivation. So by implementing all these 5 6 team, as a result, the team's motivation and productivity increase by 30%, and we are able to deliver the project on time and within budget. Additionally, the project received a lot of positive feedback, and it was and we are able to help many people in need. So like this you can come up with your answer. There are other examples also which I can quote. So for example, uh, in my previous role as a Scrum Master, I led a team that was working on a complex project with multiple stakeholders. The projects involved multiple cross-functional teams, including developer, designer, and the product manager. And one of the biggest challenge we faced was conflicting priorities and the lack of alignment between the different teams. So I implemented regular cross-functional meetings to ensure that everyone was on the same page and that all the teams were working towards the same goal. Additionally, I promoted a culture of open communication and encouraged team members to voice their concerns and ideas. As a result, we are able to deliver the project on time and within budget. So like this, you can mold your answer. This is again very important point that you have to demonstrate your leadership skills as a Scrum Master. Always use I. I also see a lot of time that people start using we. Please understand that this is a Scrum Master interview. I'm going to hire you as a Scrum Master, not your teams. So always try to project I when you are giving your interviews, not in your normal setup. There obviously you are going to use we, right? So this is the one important thing which most of the time people miss, that okay, we as a done as a team, we as a thing, we have done this. No, I'm more interested in you, what you have done as a Scrum Master, right? So that's a very important thing. Let's move on. Okay, be a good listener. Yes. So show to your interviewer that you are interested in his or her perspective as well, and try to get those inputs, verbal or non-verbal inputs from the interviewer. Okay, so always try to ask about the challenges or the issues which interviewer teams are facing right now. So whenever you got an opportunity, please ask your interviewer about the challenges, which shows that you are really interested and you really want to bring something to the table. So you can ask something like that. As a Scrum Master, it's important for me. This is a sample script. So maybe during your interview or at the in the last, you can say that as a Scrum Master, it's important for me to understand the specific challenges that the teams are facing in order to effectively support them. So I would be glad, or I will be honored to hear more about the challenges your team is currently facing. And let's say that interviewer tells you that okay, we are struggling with meeting the project deadlines. So then how you can help to overcome them? So give some sample answer that okay, I bring a wealth of experience to the table. I have led different teams through similar challenges in the past. So with my guidance and with my previous teams, I was able to increase their productivity by so and so number, and I will ensure that all the projects delivered on time and within the budget. I am eager to apply the same level of dedication and expertise to your team and make a real impact. And let's say interviewer talks about scope creep or a change, right? Which is again a very common problem which everyone face. So you can say that okay, I understand that your team is currently facing some challenges with managing scope creep. Can you tell me more about the specific issues you are facing and what steps have been taken so far to address them? I'm eager to learn more about your team's specific needs and how I can help them to overcome these challenges. So, for example, in my last role as a Scrum Master, I led a team that was struggling with scope creep. I implemented a clear scope management process and a regular scope reviews to ensure that the team stayed on track and delivered high quality work. As a result, we are able to deliver project on time and within budget with a 95% decrease in scope creep incident. Like this, you can show that kind of empathy, show that kind of enthusiasm that you are very much interested in resolving those problems. So that will give you an extra edge compared to your other competitors in that interview. I hope that you found the tips and the examples which I have shared to be helpful and informative. I understand that the job interviews can be stressful, and we want to help you to be prepared as much as possible. So friends, if you like this session, please make sure to like and subscribe to our channel. We have many more informative sessions like this one, and we will appreciate your support. So if you found this session helpful, please share with your friends and colleagues on LinkedIn, and I will help us to reach out more people and make sure that they are prepared for their interviews too. Your support means a lot to us, and we really appreciate it. Thanks again for joining us, and we'll see you in next session. Bye guys.